filed House Bill 374, both of which would raise the warrant fee from $50 to $75. Therefore, be it resolved that the Karnes County Commissioners Court urges the Texas legislature to reduce this underfunded mandate on Texas counties by increasing the warrant fee, and be it further resolved that the Karnes County Commissioners Court expresses its support for House Bill 443 and Senate Bill 374. What that is these go to the state reps and whatever. These are just unfunded mandates that are getting, right now in the legislature, those are flying around everywhere. Some of you might have heard about the underfunding and everybody's getting cut, so that's where these are coming from. Any questions on that one, or? This sounds pretty good. Is that a motion, or is it just a motion? Sounds pretty good.
Okay, I'll make the motion to approve the resolution in support of legislation to increase the warrant fee.
All in favor?
And support the House Bill, whatever you call it.
And support the House Bill 443 and Senate Bill
That was
374.
your motion, right?
Yeah, it's not on this one, but yeah, that was my motion.
Who seconded that? I'm lost. Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So be it. Motion carries. Here, we got this blue gel pen. We'll pass this around and get it there and see if we get it.
That's my opinion.
I know. We're borrowing this blue gel pen. Excuse me. No, you need to, you need to say something for the first one. Did you sign it? Will you do that? Will you have to sign that one? You have to sign this. I haven't signed it. Just go ahead and do the first one. Just go ahead and do it. Would you please? Okay. The next item on the agenda is number 22, is discussion and possible action to authorize the auditor's office to advertise for bids for the replacement of the existing roof at the County Annex 2000 East Calvert. Roof replacement to coincide with the replacement of the HVAC units funded by the SACO grant. That's you, Luana. And we talked about this.
We currently have a foam roof on the annex, the old annex, that leaks tremendously when we have very much moisture. We have in the budget funds to replace that roof, which is to coincide with the air conditioning replacement so that the units that are there now can be removed from the roof. And the proposal that's been discussed before is to put a pitched roof rather than a flat roof on the annex.
Was there anything else? Did we have to deduct you? It's already been spelled for bids, right?
Correct.
Okay.
James, did you have some bids on that before?
Yeah, I have one at the office, and the other one came to Judge Kendall's office, so they should be in the office somewhere there.
There are some.
Because I directed all the bids out to there, and they should be on file somewhere in there.
Well, I don't know where they would be on file, so why don't we need to get some kind of something to get some bids in here, because I don't have it.
Okay. What I do is I'll give Pete the names of the guys that I've been talking with, where I've spent a lot of time with 3 different companies, and they sent bids, but I have one over there. And
One guy called my office and looking for you.
You still need to advertise, Judge.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And
right, I understand.
I think the best thing would be
We
to
just redo it again.
Yes, sir.
It's not a problem at all.
So I make a motion that we advertise for bids for the replacement of the existing roof of the County Annex 2000 East Calvert. Roof replacement to coincide with replacement of HVAC units funded by the SACO grant for long term.
Second.
All in favor? Any opposed? So be it. Motion carries. The next item on the agenda is number 23. That's going to be Sharon Fleming with the Texas State Historical Commission to present Phase 1 grant information and status. The author is Sharon Fleming, written by Steve Barton. Yes, ma'am. Sit down. I know you talked this office, so there's something great. I'm sorry, I don't have a microphone for you. I apologize.
That's fine. Commissioners, thank you very much for allowing me the opportunity to speak to you today. My name is Sharon Fleming. I'm an architect with the Texas Historical Commission. Last week I was unable to come to your public meeting, but the director of the Texas Historic Courthouse Preservation Program, Stan Graves, did attend and spoke briefly about some of the issues. So I just wanted to appear today to give a little more complete explanation of the grant project and where things stand, and then to answer any questions that you have. I know that this is a very important project for Karnes County, and I know that there are a lot of questions and concerns. Some Earlier, people mentioned that the Texas Historic Courthouse Preservation Program is an award-winning project. The program has been nationally recognized by the President, by the Governor, as one of the largest preservation programs that assists county governments in preserving their historic buildings. And we have distributed over $220 million to counties throughout Texas. Over half of Texas counties are participating in the program. It is very competitive. Karnes County has been an applicant since 2000, and someone mentioned that Karnes County must have a good master plan or else it wouldn't have been selected, and that's true. I have copies of the master plan document here. This is what was submitted to the state for its first application when Karnes County applied in 2000. And so this project represents a great deal of time and effort and energy invested on the part of a lot of people. It is a unique opportunity at this moment for Karnes County. We have previously awarded a grant to Karnes County of $100,000. That grant was made in 2006, and that was made in response to the emergency conditions of the building. When the master plan was prepared, there were a lot of deficiencies that were noted, that the building had structural problems. By the time that we had reached 2006, the building had reached an emergency state, and so it was selected, you might even say cherry-picked, from among all the applications that we had in recognition of the emergency situation. That's rare, but that's something that we do in response to what we feel is an extreme need. And so that was a very small award, and we were at the time thinking that that $100,000 could be used as a match to stabilize the building. There's another courthouse in Leon County, a small building. Shoring was used when we thought the building was in danger of collapse. So we had a similar idea here. Once that concept was pursued by the architect and the structural engineer, and the structural engineer is Lawrence Calvetti out of San Antonio. His firm is WSC Structural Engineering. He has 35 years experience, has worked with a lot of historic buildings, and of course the architect has a great deal of experience. It was their opinion that the building could not, the wing could not be salvaged. That the wing and its bearing capacity, I'm an architect, not an engineer, so I hope that you forgive me for not having all the terminology, but the structural engineer determined on the basis of soil boring and analysis, pulling off the skin, looking at where the forces were in conflict with the building, that the wing was unsound, that it was causing the damage, all the cracks, the stair, the structural instability of this building. So I wanted to clarify that point, that that was not a decision that anyone came to very easily or quickly. We all came to it regretfully, in a way, because it is a historic wing. It dates to 1920. Our program usually preserves historic changes to a building if they are of good quality. But it was agreed by all the parties that the quality of that particular addition, as it had devolved through time, could not be preserved. And that it was in the interest of this building to remove the addition. So we reached that point, and our $100,000 that the state contributed was then put toward the development of the restoration plans for this building. And Karnes County matched that. Actually, Karnes County put up over $200,000 toward that effort. So what Karnes County has is a set of construction plans for the restoration of this building. And the first phase of work to accomplish that is phase 1. And Karnes County applied in 2009, in November of 2009, for that phase of work. And we selected Karnes County. We provided 2/3 of the funding for this initial phase of work. Our program was able to only fund the first phase at this time, and Karnes County at the time of the application felt good about having that match, the $300,000 to match our $617,000. So we went into an agreement together. I provided a copy of the funding agreement. The county auditor requested it last week, and I forwarded this to the judge. The funding agreement, does anybody want a copy of it? Okay. This document was signed last year at the authority of the Commissioners Court. There's a resolution of support with all the signatures of the Karnes County Commissioners Court. It describes the scope of work and the funding that was agreed to for this project. And it was at that time that the project, then phase 1, went out to bid, and the bids were accepted by MJ Oil, again unanimously by the Commissioners Court. So, the funding agreement that we have with Karnes County, we would like to honor. We would very much like to move forward. Again, we think it's a special opportunity. I'd be happy to answer any questions you have about the status of the funding agreement. It does state that the schedule that we assumed, which was to begin work January 1st, obviously we're a little bit delayed. We would have preferred that we gave the award actually January of 2010. We would have preferred that the county move into the construction phase within 6 months. But we knew, as a few counties have had, that there was an annex or another project that needed to be fulfilled before we could get going on this. So we expressed some flexibility, and we extended the start date to January. We're willing to extend it a reasonable amount of time, again, so that we know that everything can fall into place. But we would like to